fucking wake up. You know, like we don't sit and fucking bash the American Indians here in the United States. You know what I'm saying? We know the shit we've done to them.
I don't think it's widespread in New Zealand either. I think they're pretty proud of
Oh
their heritage there.
no, it's not fucking the amount of freaking people that are freaking indigenous that are in prisons there is freaking insane. And then like the New Zealand freaking government is actually freaking putting out bullshit saying like they have some of the best prison systems in the world. You know?
Well, there's two sides to that story. It's like,
Yeah,
crime did become pretty rampant there when the bikie gangs started selling methamphetamine throughout the country. So it did become, violence became a problem, but at the same time, the government also became tyrannical during COVID and just started locking people up left, right, and center.
yeah. And they were getting bad about it.
But just in general, I think all nations that where white people sort of colonized, they should give the indigenous people a lot of respect because they were there for thousands of years, sometimes tens of thousands of years before, and sort of laid some amazing cultural groundwork before that. And yeah, I think it deserves a lot of respect.
You know, but I fucking those fucking Kiwis, they just keep running their fucking cocksuckers. You know what I'm saying? Take your fucking ass to fucking where you come from. Learn to speak the fucking language or go fucking home, dude.
That is the
By
one.
your standards, now you have to learn Native American.
Well, if we can say that shit here about fucking Mexicans in the United States, then they should be able to say that about you fucking crazy fucking white people in in freaking New Zealand. You know, like take your asses back home where you belong. Fucking give us our land back. Because New Zealand's not really that big of a.
But by that standard, the Spanish should leave Brazil and South America and go back to Spain.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you said that because you know what? I really don't like the idea of these Mexicans trying to freaking claim the native fucking Indians in that region's heritage like it's
The
theirs.
Americans should get out of Texas, give it back to Mexico, maybe even leave and go back to England and Scotland.
Hang on. Texas has been owned by what, 5 different countries, including Texas itself has been a country.
Yeah, country of its own.
Yeah. So who you are going to give Texas back to? Are you going to give Texas to the Texans?
Yeah, Texas won their independence fair and square, so they don't need.
Are you going to give
They
Texas to
still took it
Spain?
from
Are you going to give
Mexico, though.
Texas to
No,
France? Are
Mexico.
you going to give Texas to Britain?
Mexico freaking thought
Which one do you want?
Mexico thought they were badasses until they freaking came across freaking the Alamo, dude. That's when the big bad boys were all sitting there and they fucking said, "Look, we're going to
Yeah,
die."
but if you guys didn't have your fancy guns, you wouldn't have stood a chance.
No, if Mexicans didn't freaking like it, their problem was their military. Okay, the way they did their freaking military campaigns was very very sloppy. First of all, they allowed their women to freaking follow behind the military so that they wouldn't be left at home. Okay, so they would have caravans of women freaking traveling with the military as it traveled north. Okay.
And I'm sure the Americans took advantage of that.
Well, no, the whole point of it is you don't want a standing army to have freaking women before battle because that makes them lazy and not able to freaking focus on the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to be ready for freaking fighting. They shouldn't be thinking about pudding. You know what I mean? You know what pudding
Maybe, yeah.
is, right? So that was one of their errors. And the amount of people that died on the Mexican side in that freaking battle is just insane. So you know that they were very disorganized and not freaking really trained properly. It just there's no way they could have freaking been properly trained for something like that. I think I think
Why did
he
America attack them?
America didn't attack him.
Well, didn't you take the country? I mean, didn't you
No,
take Texas?
no. Texas declared their independence from
Yeah.
Mexico, and Mexico didn't like it. So this has nothing to do with America, by the way. This is what Texas did
Oh,
on their
the
own.
US. US.
Yeah, or yeah, the U.S. This has nothing to do with the U.S. This is what Texas did on their own. Crocodile
Why?
Dundee was there. Did you hear about that?
Hmm.
Did you hear about that? Crocodile Dundee was there. He said he looked at freaking David Bowie. He goes, this ain't no knife. He's like, that ain't no knife. This is the knife. And he pulls out freaking he pulls out his freaking knife and he says, this is a knife.
You call that a knife, mate? This is a knife.
Yeah.
That's a spoon.
Try doing that in the UK at the moment, and you get arrested. Yeah, you'll be inside for the next 5 years.
So instead of focusing on the Alamo, let's finish this off. You brought something up about Brazil's former president. That was something that you in the alleged coup. You want to go over that?
I thought we already did.
No, we never did cover that one. We covered the Romanian globalist coup.
Which one are you talking about?
This was President Bolsonaro.
Bolsonaro.
Bolsonaro. And
Yeah.
Bolsonaro was freaking supposedly poisoned, I believe he said.
Yeah, I'm trying to say. I've got the wrong link here. So
He was charged, actually. He was charged over
Yes.
alleged coup that included a plan to poison Lula.
yeah, so he was a bit of a sneaky one. Because this is in Brazil, yeah. Remember Brazil had that awesome woman prime minister or president or whatever.
Yeah.
She was great, and then all of a sudden, there was a coup and she got replaced. And I think he was the guy that took over from that. But yeah, he was accused with attempting a coup to stay in office after 2022 election defeat in a plot that included a plan to poison his successor and current president Luis Inácio Lula da Silva and killed a Supreme Court judge. So, not a nice guy, you know. Whenever your president's trying to do stuff like that, probably not a good idea to let him get in power.
Yeah.
The alleged plot, he wrote, included a plan to poison. Yeah. So anyway, what ended up happening is he became sick just recently, and at first I thought, oh yeah, maybe he took the vaccine or something like that. But yeah, his health is deteriorating rapidly. Transferred to hospital. I don't know. I haven't read like. Oh yeah, he was stabbed. First, he was stabbed. He was hospitalized Friday morning after traveling northern Brazil. The pain was caused by a bowel obstruction and was related to long-term effects of being stabbed in the abdomen in September 2018, the doctors said. Bolsonaro had been in and out of hospital since the
Remember,
attack, the campaign.
Yeah, I'm just going to point out before you continue. I'm going to just point out before you continue. Stabbing is not a laughable matter. It's a very serious matter.
Wow. If it's a guy that's poisoning people, it's okay. The conservative leader underwent several surgeries during the presidency, blah, blah, blah. And this has just come out a couple of days ago. Ex-president's health has worsened, doctors say. Worsened after intestinal surgery earlier this month, according to the medical team. 70-year-old remains in intensive care and will undergo new tests. Bolsonaro was visited in hospital by a court official on Wednesday who delivered a summons giving him 5 days to present his initial defense against coup charges in preparation for his trial. Now, the other thing that comes to mind is he putting this on to avoid the trial? You know what I mean? It's hard to know what's going on with this.
The medical professionals are. If he's
So
in hospital,
Bolsonaro,
then there was. Yeah, are you saying that those medical professionals on that line all know being?
well, it's hard to know who's being truthful. It seems like a lot of cloak and dagger stuff going on. Bolsonaro has been ordered to stand trial after charges that he directed an alleged right-wing coup attempt after he lost the 2022 election to the left-wing President De Silva. During the alleged coup attempt, Bolsonaro's supporters stormed government buildings. Investigations by the police outlined allegations he had personal conversations, including with figures from the armed forces, about the idea of a coup to cling to power. Yeah, it's very convenient, this intestinal pain he's got, isn't it?
So I think you are trying to look for conspiracy theories when there is none there.
Well,
I think either
it's a blessing from God for the people, or it's a very convenient way to avoid a trial.
So is this life threatening?
He lost around 40% of his blood and had emergency surgery, with the perpetrator later declared mentally unfit to stand trials. That's convenient too, isn't it?
Yeah.
He has repeatedly denied coup allegations and accused his opponents of a political witch hunt. That's another spin to the story.
Yeah.
A day before he was delivered the summons in hospital, he recorded a live YouTube broadcast from his hospital bed with 3 of his sons, despite a doctor's recommendation. Brazilian Supreme Court argued that he showed he was able to be summoned and notified. Bolsonaro, the YouTube video got him. If he hadn't put that out, he would have had an excuse. Bolsonaro had been hoping to contest the presidential elections again in 2026, despite his current ban on running for office, but he risks a 40-year prison sentence if found guilty. Ooh. That's an interesting spin.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to believe with that. I'd need to see more evidence, to be honest.
Now, see, if that took place here in the United States, it would have been much more severe, which is kind of weird to me because, like, they're freaking down in Brazil, you know what I mean? And here in
what do you mean? Biden's still walking around free. Never signed a single thing in his life. You know, all his signings was by auto pen, so God knows who did it.
Oh, God. I mean, come on, dude. These people are so fucking lazy. I'm sure he's not the only one that signed by auto pen. You know what I mean?
He wasn't even in the White House most of the time. He was on the beach fucking eating ice cream.
I mean, I guarantee you, after freaking the inauguration and all that shit, Donald Trump, when he was sitting there signing all those fucking papers, that was the last time he signed anything. Guaranteed.
No, he comes on TV every now and then and signs it on air. He does it a lot.
Those are real.
Biden took the day off after midday. He called lids, whereas Donald Trump's staff works into the night every day. That's a big difference.
Is that what they told you? Did they tell you how he went out into the front yard of the freaking White House and he chopped down a cherry tree, and then whenever freaking, you know, George Washington asked him if fucking he chopped down the cherry tree, Trump looked at him and said, "Mr. Washington, I cannot lie. I chopped down this cherry tree." And George Washington looked back at him and said, I forgive you, Donald Trump, for chopping down that cherry tree. You are an honest
Where did you hear that conspiracy theory?
I thought Trump cured cancer and created peace on Earth. And
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
okay, yeah.
He also freaking kissed babies, and he freaking went
I
on.
heard that when Donald Trump goes to the toilet, he prints out gold bars. He shits bricks, gold nuggets.
Yeah,
Oh, that could be painful. Oh,
Well, that explains why he could be wanting to end the Fed. You know, like he's probably going to become the Fed after that.
Well, I mean, the thing is like ending the Fed would actually be a positive thing, I think. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
But
that should never have started in the first place. I
that's
mean,
the
the
thing.
U.S. should have stayed on a gold currency. You'd be rich right now.
You know, right now people freaking don't even realize that stuff that they're running off of fiat cash, and like everybody's running around talking shit about cryptocurrency, and there's no difference between fiat freaking dollar bills and fucking cryptocurrency.
Oh no, that's not true. That's not true.
They have
You
nothing
can
to
you can
stand
print
on.
an infinite amount of dollar bills, but crypto has a cap on it. You can't print any more after it's
again,
all been
depends
mined.
on.
That's the benefit of it. Is it's not inflationary in that sense. It's not deflationary in that sense. It's inflationary. So it's always the other way around. It's always going to become more valuable the more people buy of it. You know, whereas with fiat they always print more to keep it at a low. Well, sometimes they just devalue it over time until it collapses.
That's what
which
they're
is
doing now.
Yeah, no. Well, it always happens. Like I think the maximum any fiat has ever lasted is about 70 years before there's a financial crisis. So
7.
70, 70
Oh,
years.
okay, yeah, okay.
So
So
we're about due for
yeah,
one.
that's what I was getting ready to
That's
say.
why Trump is investing in crypto now.
Well,
He knows it's coming.
I know that there's going to be a bunch of shit coming down the pipeline, and there's a lot of people that are trying to do shit to freaking stay afloat, stay above water. You know what I mean? So it's gonna
Well,
freaking it's gonna get pretty rough for a lot of
yeah,
people.
man. Totally. It's
Yeah.
got to get rough. The thing is, the system's got to come down. It's broken beyond repair. It's got to get worse before it gets better, and then we got to take back the world basically. And it's time to prep up and
Eat the rich.
yeah,
That's
keep,
what it's about.
well, that
Well, I
time will
mean,
come. Time will come.
and when I say eat the rich, I'm literally saying we need to freaking go out and eat them, dude. Freaking because they eat caviar and they eat all the freaking rich foods. That means
Well,
that
they're killing off all the cows and the chickens for climate change, so they're next on the menu. That's for
that's
sure.
right. You know what I mean? And it's like their meat is good, so
Wow.
it's like
Cannibalism and Marxism. Yeah.
so.
I told you, you're starting to sound more and more like a socialist.
Well, I wouldn't say
Not
socialist. I would say freaking. Well, if you consider eating human flesh social, then I guess you can say that. But
The way Biden and them did it is probably social. They have those parties.
we actually freaking did all of the topics, and it's at 6:35. And at the video count, so we better freaking bring this to an end before.
I'm happy to go because I got to vote. Otherwise, I'm going to get fined.
Okay. So with that being said, Mark and Mr. Robot, tell everybody about you and how they can find you.
Well, you can find me on Element, where if you want to join our buzzing community of tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists, the channel name is at conspiracy-theory. If you go into Element and then you type in the search conspiracy-theory, you'll find our channel. Just join it, and we'll show you where the rest of them are from there. Or if that's too confusing, you can leave a comment on the video, and we can grab you from there and explain how to get there.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
What about you, Mr. Edworthy?
Well, yeah. Something that Mr. Robert did mention is he's also on minds.com. So are you. And obviously I am as well. So yeah, on minds.com/Medworthy.
All right. Yeah. So, with that being said, I'd like to ask everybody if you liked what you have heard and seen, please like, subscribe, share, make comments. Please make comments because that is very important. Not only does it help out the channel with algorithms, but freaking we actually enjoy getting comments. So if you leave a comment, we will respond to it. We love to have interaction and feedback. All I ask personally is don't be a dick. You know, respect each other, everybody's views. The only time you're allowed to be a dick is when you're on here with me and Mr. Robot and Mark Edworthy. And other than that, just don't be a dick to each other in chat and in the comment section. If you want to be a dick.
As you guys can see, we all disagree on politics, yet we don't really fight. And we had a great time discussing it.
Right. We do this shit all the time, dude. Like, I think me, you, and Mark Edworthy are probably the three most civilized human beings on the face of this planet.
Yeah. And I think Bigfoot is probably the next one.
Fucking Bigfoot is the king, dude. He sticks to himself. He doesn't give a shit about your government. He doesn't care. He just wants to shit in the woods and fucking eat fish.
Sovereign citizen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Peace out. Thanks for everything.
We'll
catch you soon.
So, see you later, Mark Edworthy. I know you want to say something, but we will see you.
Don't I?
We'll see you later, man.